Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, June 26, 2023, 8:21 a.m. Eastern, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time. It's Monday. It's a great day to have a great day and a great week. We're going to get you ready for the trading day, the trading week. We're going to go over some structure, what's going on in the market, look at some economic events, and just prep because it's fun. Thank you, Night Truck. I appreciate it. Good morning, Steven, Shake and Bake, Marvin, Renaissance Man. Hey, Bennett, Homebody, Joe Gennaro. Hey, Night Truck, Card Lady, Greg. Andre, Mal, B-Hawk, Duke the Fool, Mike, Jason, Kat, Marshall, Patrick. Hello, Geo Guitar and RJ. Good morning. I'll officially get started in 8 minutes. Between now and then, I am going to do technical analysis and take a few chart requests and get my TA muscles warmed up. Let's see. Those LSU Tigers got me all discombobulated. They got killed yesterday, but we still have today. Yeah, hit the like button. Good morning, George and Hector and Anna. Any chart request? I'm seeing a very common theme on so many charts. We'll look at it. We'll get together our thesis for the day and for the week. It could be a whole lot of nothing for a couple weeks, y'all. When we look at earnings, let's look at earnings. It's right here in pinned. So for the week, we have very boring earnings. We have Nike, and there was one more. Oh, and Micron. Those are like the two big ones for this week. So hardly any earnings. That could be a big market catalyst. We don't have any. Oh my gosh, Mal, so much fun. Okay. And we look at the economic events for the week. We have consumer confidence. Did I see that? Wait, let me change my filters. I don't want to see all that non-important stuff. Consumer confidence on Tuesday. We have GDP on Thursday, and PCE, which is the biggest data point for the week, will be on Friday. So we don't have earnings, big earnings, for about 2.5, 3 more weeks when bank earnings come out. Banks usually go first, then Netflix after that, then technology. So we have FOMC the last week of July. So again, we may have a boring 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm looking at selling spreads if this comes to fruition. All right. Hang Seng is doing well. It was red last night. Odds favor a weekly high or low. Doesn't mean we're necessarily going to get it. Daily chart, we've lost the uptrend. Definitely weaker than ES in our markets. OKTA. Let me give you some OKTA on OKTA. That was funny if you got it. Daily's resting on the 200 MA. Friday we close with the inside bar, and you're looking for a multi-month swing. Wow, this thing is really beat up. I guess anything over 66.82 would be a nice risk to reward trade setup. To be more conservative, you could use 68.90. If you want to be aggressive and let it play out, 66.82 is your line in the sand. But you're really just bottom fishing here. You don't have any other thesis or technical analysis plan. You're just trying to grab a bottom. I will go over gold. I'm just going to do one of these, Mike, because we have several requests. We're sitting on the daily 200 MA on silver. No, is that right? Daily 200 MA. Yes, that is right. Weekly sitting on the 200 MA. Monthly, we're looking for a higher low. If daily would get oversold, I'd like that monthly higher low bottom fish. But we're not there yet, and we're trying to bounce. 2046 is your support. That's Friday's low if you wanted to bottom fish this, looking for that monthly high or low. All right, germ 30. That is not how you spell germ. This is why I warm up, y'all. Be patient with me. On a cap. I don't see it on 8 cap. I'm just going to do... Did I spell it right? Yeah. GER30. Okay, no M. All right. Monthly, double top, triple top, quadruple top in the 16 threes. Weekly, we're holding support of 15617. Daily, oh, bullish divergence. Price is making lower lows while RSI is making higher lows. I like that it was just oversold on the 4 hour as we look for the weekly higher low. Maybe a pullback buy, Bennett, against 15707. And when I flippantly say maybe this, maybe that, it doesn't mean it's my highest conviction setup. It just means you're asking me what I would look at, bullish or bearish. So on this chart, I'd be looking bullish. And last week, I talked to y'all about poker, but figuring out, okay, is this trade set up aces, like getting two aces dealt to you? Sorry, I don't know the terminology. Or pocket kings? Is this that type of setup where it's high conviction? No, this isn't that type of setup for me. Doesn't mean it won't work. Lots of people trade many different styles and different than me, and they make it work. So no shade there. But this is just not something that I look at saying, give me, give me, give me. AI, we'll get started in 2 minutes. No problem, Bennett. AI, we're looking for a weekly high or low. Daily, we've lost support. 4 hour got oversold Friday, and that's typically where you look for a weekly high or low. This may be a good long today. It's going to be high risk, but a long against Friday's low makes sense. And remember, you'll be looking for a lower high against Friday's high. So bears will be looking for a position. $10J offsuit. All right, let's see if I can grab one more. SWAV, that has been a strong stock. $315.95. We couldn't get over $320.54. This could be a sloppy weekly cup and handle. You're looking for a daily high or low compared to 272.43. I like the squeeze here. I like the volume. They must have had some type of catalyst on Friday, but bears sold into that, whatever that catalyst was. I would say this, as long as RSI is above 50 and we're holding the 21 EMA, bulls are in control. I want to show y'all something on Bitcoin. I was looking at Bitcoin thinking, at what point did bulls get an early clue that we were going to have a bull break? And y'all know how religious I get about the 50 RSI. I don't mean to be sacrilegious. I'm kind of being funny. Let me get this line here. 50 RSI. We barely went over it back in May, but you see how 50 RSI acted as resistance? And if you look at the day where it crossed over, it was right here, Monday, June 19th. So we did get a daily bull break here, and then we got over the 50 RSI, and that marked the beginning of this squeeze firing to the long side. So we can use our RSI for more than 30 oversold or overbought. 50 is a great, or it can be a great support and or synthetic resistance. All right, let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. Who am I? This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give us a follow or give me a follow on Twitter, at Chart Gal Lori, that would be wonderful. Tomorrow after my show, Dan will be going live for an open house. You'll get to see how the sausage is made. He does an hour and a half show. Monday, well, we have an hour and a half show every morning. Dan does Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're going to get a glimpse into what the show is like. He normally takes live trades, so you're definitely going to want to tune into that. All right, so looking at the economic calendar, we don't have a lot today, hardly at all. And if you look at only the 3-star events where high volatility is expected, Tuesday, we have consumer confidence. Wednesday, Fed Chair Powell will be speaking and testifying. Again on Thursday, we have GDP on Thursday and PCE on Friday, which is the most important data point. Looking overall at our market table, market environment dossier, is we're leaning more bearish. But this is definitely a short-term snapshot, because I'm looking at hourly charts to say, is this bullish or bearish? On the hourly chart, we don't look that hot on a lot of charts. But when you look at the daily and you zoom out, we're not in trouble yet. All right, I have my notes off screen. I copy and paste those for TCG members only when I am done. Hang Seng was down 0.51%. DAX is down 0.23%. We had some Russia unknowns, or I guess knowns, but a little volatility was brought about. In my opinion, the VIX is up a little bit because of Russia and the fighting or whatever. I try not to listen to it, y'all, because it makes me sad. But basically, I don't think Putin's too happy. So that made the market slightly unstable. Looking at the dollar, this is, in my opinion, this is a super important pattern we need to pay attention to over the next month. Potential inverse head and shoulders on the weekly chart on the dollar. Typically, not always, but typically, if the dollar is having strength, that can cause a headwind for equities and the market. So if this were to evolve into a bullish confirmed pattern, that could be bad for the markets. Looking at the weekly inside bar last week, we broke bear by $6 already, and we have not had a lot of follow through. That is a good sign for bulls. Look at NASDAQ. It has not broken the low of last week, 14964, and we hit 14998. So by $35, we held the low of last week. So this could be did I say daily bull flag over here? This could be a weekly bull flag. NASDAQ, potential weekly bull flag. No harm, no foul. This makes me look more bullish than anything when I look at these charts and see, oh, wait, ES broke bear by $6, but bear breaks without follow through. That gives edge to the bulls. And NASDAQ bears weren't able to break the low of last week yet. Looking at the daily chart, green eggs and cam RSI, if it's oversold or overbought in pre-market, I typically wait until we open. And if we're still oversold, if I'm taking a trade setup based on oversold conditions, if we're oversold when the market opens, then I will typically accept that as the criteria being met and possibly take the trade. But I definitely prefer regular trading hours to gauge RSI. So looking at NASDAQ, we are looking for a daily high or low. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can see that. We're losing the 8 EMA, but I mean, does this look bad? No. So we have weekly inside bars, the second inside bar forming on the weekly. Daily, we have our second daily inside bar forming. Bulls are playing defense is what this says. We have a 4-hour EQ. And on ES, is that... One second. Yeah, we have a little bit of bull divergence on RSI where price is making lower lows and RSI is unable to make lower lows. But overall, the 8 EMA is still containing price. And the question is, can we set an hourly higher low and get that trend change? It's all about the trend changes. You can bounce all you want. But if you can't set a trend change, you haven't really accomplished a lot. But again, positioning wise, when I'm looking at the weekly charts, I'm looking more bullish than bearish. And this could be an EQ week, y'all, where we just go sideways all week. And that would totally make sense to me while we wait for PCE on Friday and wait for bigger events. All right. So on ES, your support 4375, your resistance 440225. Need to set an hourly higher low. NASDAQ need to set an hourly higher low. I think it's pretty impressive that we held Friday's low, 14985 overnight. We broke through 15,000 ever so slightly and bounced. Y'all remember, 15,000 psychological, all psych levels on futures tend to be great areas to scalp potential reversals, not absolute reversals, but potential. So 15,000 has proven to be strong support. ES, you're going to want to watch 4,400 as a potential synthetic resistance on ES. RTY is weak. If you ask me Friday, would I expect to wake up today and RTY still be oversold? I would have said absolutely not. We are looking for the weekly higher low. 4 hour got oversold on Friday, and we have just done a small dribble of a bounce. RTY is weak. We can't get through the 8 EMA. Bulls need to get that hourly higher low and put in that weekly higher low. Where is it? Where are you going to put in the weekly higher low? RTY. Knock, knock. It's time. YM. YM's going sideways on the weekly. Not as healthy as NASDAQ and ES because we broke the daily support. But where are we sitting? On the daily 50 MA, which y'all know I like to think of the Great Wall of Louisiana can act as strong support and or resistance depending on where price is approaching it from. And in this case, we're approaching it from above, so it's acting as support. So this could prove to be super important today. Do we hold the daily 50 MA? Set that hourly higher low and let's get this show on the road. VIX is up 6%, y'all, but it's still just 14 bucks. It's really nothing. Not a lot of real fear has entered the market. Bitcoin's finally taking a breather. Potential daily bull flag. Nothing wrong with this chart. If I had to say anything was wrong with the chart, it would be these upper wicks. On a standard bull flag, you want to see lower wicks of bulls buying the dip, not bears selling into the pops. So that's the only thing that's wrong with this daily bull flag. And as you can see, you have declining bear volume on that consolidation. There's nothing wrong with this chart. I guess hourly, you'd like for it to be above the EMAs, but on the daily time frame, no harm, no foul. Yeah, hit the like button. All right. So on Ethereum, 1871 is your support, 1904 is your resistance. And this did not look as good on the daily. You look at it on the 2 day, it's a potential 2 day bull flag with 2 day inside bars. It's fine. It's not as grand and great as Bitcoin, but it is perfectly healthy at this point. Gold is finally bouncing. We're still inside Friday's range, still below the 8 EMA. Hourly, we are in an uptrend. But 4 hour, odds favor a lower high compared to 1949. This is not what we want to see. Potential inverse head and shoulders, it's sloppy. But this pullback from the 1949 was greater than what bulls would have liked to have seen. I think I already said that. Gosh, I'm being repetitive. Oil can't get the 4 hour trend change. We were unable to get it so far. So on the daily, we're looking for a lower high. On the 4 hour, we're looking for a lower high. On the hourly, we just set our lower high. So I guess you could look for a potential 15-minute lower high top fish against 69.81. Get some water. All right, nat gas is bullish. I don't have a lot to say here. Daily uptrend. We still have a potential 3-day megaphone. I like nat gas short around 290. Let's see exactly what this is. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, around 290. This 3-day megaphone, I like that area. And I know that sounds weird. You wait for a higher high to short. What? But this megaphone pattern is legit, and we're coming up on the 50 RSI. It's legitimate for now, and it definitely could get a bull break. We're approaching 50 RSI. It could act as resistance. I would still have a hard time going long. All right, I'm just checking our news to make sure everything's okay. Yep. All right, let's look at Apple. Let me see my notes over here. Apple is down marginally after a new all-time high on Friday. Apple got a new all-time high on Friday. We are holding the hourly EMAs. We are slightly green. Is there anything wrong with this chart? Absolutely nothing. Nothing wrong with this chart. Some of the best buys, I remember when I first started trading, I would say about 7 years ago, someone gave me this list, the top 10 things to do while trading, or top 10 tips. And number one, I wish I could find that list. I was looking for it last week. The number one thing is buy the first pullback after a new all-time high. Because people who missed this high are now saying, dang it, and they FOMO in. So typically one of your best pullback buys is after a new all-time high. So Apple, I would only be looking bullish. Amazon, this is a beautiful tightening range. And what we holding, y'all? 50 RSI, we're holding it. So let's go over how I play EQs. The preceding trend was up. So when we have a range that's going sideways, how do I position myself within that range? I'm going to look at the preceding trend, which was up, and then are we holding 50 RSI? Yes. Are we holding hourly EMAs? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, then that makes me look bullish. So Amazon, my rules say I can only look bullish. Doesn't mean it'll work, but odds favorite. I just saw this. That lower low right there probably didn't happen on a lot of volume. I was looking at, you see how these little tiny lower lows without follow through, but I'm not going to call that a falling wedge. All right. NVDA. I want this to be a blow off top. I want to short NVDA because in theory, you have a lot of room below. You have this gap below and it's been running like crazy. So in theory, you could get a good blow off top opportunity. But y'all, this is a potential daily bull flag. We're holding the 8 EMA just fine on the daily chart. I ain't going to be crazy. And I don't think you should be crazy either. I mean, possibly top fishing 428.09 makes sense. But otherwise, I'm not going to get bearish a daily bull flag. Nope. All right, on Tesla. Tesla got a downgrade. It's recovering. We're almost above Friday's low. So in my notes, I put gap rules apply if we were to gap down, which right now it looks like we're trying to recover this 252.80. And if you don't know what the gap rules are, real quickly, if you have a name, so your low of Friday was 252.80. If you have a name gapping down, and bulls come back and attempt to fill the gap and they're unable to fill the gap, that is super bearish. And if they're able to fill the gap and penetrate Friday's range, that is bullish. That means the bears don't have a foothold. IWM, I like long Uriana, and I went over RTY earlier where I said we're looking for a weekly higher low and 4 hour is oversold. So that's the same. RTY are the Russell futures for IWM ETF. Mara, what did I say about Mara? Bulls are scouting a higher low versus Friday's low. So again, this chart looks beautiful. We're pulling back from Friday's high, but we have plenty of room above Friday's low, 1150. We're $1 above it. So bulls are scouting a higher low on MARA. I wouldn't say this is my absolute favorite setup of all the setups, but I like it. Oracle, this is going to be a weird one. Of all these beautiful charts we have, you're like, Lori, why the heck are you scouting a higher low on this chart when it's not as pretty? We are right at the 0.382 retrace. Odds favor a daily higher low. Odds favor it. So we're pretty beat up on the hourly time frame. Actually, we're not as oversold as we were earlier. I like a bottom fish of 118.14, that clear hourly double bottom. I like a bottom fish. And if you're wrong, you're going to be wrong fast and you get out. On Tesla, gap rules. Daljit, gap rules, meaning we're gapping down. If we're unable to fill the gap of 252.80 and we come up and we can't fill it, we turn back down, that is a short entry and you put your stop above, right above the low of Friday. So it's a gap trade. And if you're unfamiliar with that, maybe study gap rules. When gaps are unable to be filled in this case, to the upside, they're unable to be filled, that is a bearish sign. Okay, PLTR. A weekly higher low is the more likely scenario. Do y'all see it compared to 1344? Odds favor it. 4 hour got pretty beat up. We're turning green. I like PLTR long over 1414. And y'all, these setups all look a lot alike because I think we're positioning in the same place on so many charts. We're looking for those weekly higher lows. And, you know, will they be set sooner than later? Of course, the sooner they're set, the better it is. Y'all, Roku is looking for a weekly higher low. And we're looking for a daily higher low. And we're at the daily 50 MA. This is probably one of my favorite setups of the day. We're looking for a daily higher low. We're looking for a weekly higher low. And 4 hour was oversold. It is oversold. So we need to get above 62.72 as step one for a potential long. And then you want to target 63.43. I like Roku actually for a swing. Y'all, when you pull back this much, odds favor a higher low. This gap has been filled. What about this gap? 53.94. 56.45. Yeah, that gap got filled. So I really like this for a potential long. We'll see how it works. Sound, we're looking for a daily higher low. It's bouncing. Shoot. I wanted a long closer to 348 and it's already bouncing. You're welcome, Dajit. SMCI keeps pulling back. That name had a blow off top. So we've lost a daily uptrend. We are looking for a weekly higher low, but these gaps keep me in check because I'm like, this is a blow off top. This is what bears want to see on Nvidia or Tesla, but it hasn't happened yet. So SMCI has given up a lot more than bulls would like. We're looking for a weekly higher low. 4 hour has not quite gotten oversold. This is not how you want this name to perform. Man, look at that big give back. Wow. I will try to find it, green eggs and cam. I will try to find it. Yeah, AMD, I'm kind of torn on. Success is inevitable. Well, at least it did fill the gap, so that's good. Weekly, we're looking for a weekly higher low. It's just like Lisa Sue in her blue jacket when she did that conference. Is that her name? Or Lisa something. She's very smart, but I feel like they just put a big flag up saying we are inferior to NVIDIA. So AMD has just been really floundering. But a weekly higher low is the more likely scenario. We got 4 hour oversold Friday. Can we make it put in that weekly higher low? It could be a bull trap. I don't like AMD long because of this overhang, but it could work. And oil names. Let's look at Devon. I'm looking for oil for daily lower high. So that makes me not so bullish on oil names. I guess you could be looking for a weekly higher low compared to 45.23 on Devon. Yeah, that doesn't look too strong at all. I mean, 56.14, we hit 55.89. If you want to consider that a double bottom, that could be a decent bottom fish area. We're looking for a potential monthly higher low relative to 55.34. I'm glad you're here, Mitch. Yeah, I don't see any good setups on the oil. Oil just looks weak. Bulls have a lot of work to do. SoFi, somewhat of a blow off top here. That is a blow off top. That's not somewhat of, that is a blow off top. Look at that upper wick of profit taking. Bulls are looking for a weekly higher low. 4 hour not oversold yet. This could have more consolidation. I don't like it to the long side. Maybe short side against 869. I don't like it where it is. All right, if you could hit that like button, that'd be wonderful. Give me a follow on Twitter at CharkAlLori. TCG members, I'll have these notes over to you in just a second, and I will be in the room to help in any way I can. I hope y'all have a wonderful day and use stop losses.